Yeah. We are live. Looks like I'll just let people come in the meantime. Yeah. Alright, we got people coming in. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Brakathum. Yahweh Shamal Thah Bashem Yahshua. It's Priest and Officer Thawshab at the Isupk out here in Florida. We started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That this book has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with Christianity, Catholic, Islam, whatever man-made beliefs. This book is about the history of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. And the truth is that you are the children of Israel. And God only chose you out of all the nations on the earth. He only chose you to keep these laws, statutes, commandments that's written up in the Bible. All right? And I got a few brothers with me. I got Officer Kawan out here in Orlando. Got Trooper Kanat with me as well. You know what I'm saying? We are scattered all throughout Florida. Regardless what city you in Florida, trust me, there is either an officer or a trooper in that zone. So make sure you are subscribed. You follow us on all social media sites. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn more and get involved with the school. Right? Today's Brotherhood Tuesday. Every Tuesday night is Brotherhood. The topic for Brotherhood is sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood equals sisterhood, and vice versa. Sisterhood equals brotherhood. They both one and the same. You know what I'm saying? Every scripture that we talk of from the past every Tuesday about love thy brother as thyself could be simply applied to women as well. You know what I'm saying? The only reason it's written in a masculine sense is because it was written on to the men of the Lord, to the priests of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But it could easily be applied to women as well. You know what I'm saying? Love thy sister as thyself. You know what I'm saying? All that gossiping and bickering and hatred that goes on amongst, you know what I'm saying, black women and black people, period, has to stop even with our sisters. You know what I'm saying? Even sisters loving black men. You know what I'm saying? Treating black men like crap. You know what I'm saying? Talking about niggas ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Where we end up against each other, destroying the black family, destroying the household. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not finding no unity and no peace. You know what I'm saying? The black man plays a role and the black woman plays a role too as well. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're going to touch on today, all right? All right, so my first scripture I'm going to grab is Deuteronomy 28:56.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's a lot. All right, you go ahead, priest.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
All right, so
Her
this
eyes
is,
shall be.
if I could just pause you there real quick, right? This is Moses speaking unto the children of Israel. He's reading off one of the punishments that was given to us from the Most High if we didn't keep the commandments. If we didn't follow the rules and the laws and the statutes and commandments that's written of in this Bible, this is one of the curses that will fall upon us as a nation. You know what I'm saying? And that curse is lets you know that even our woman, who was so delicate and tender among us, that want to even, you know, dare to scuff they foot on the hard concrete. You know what I'm saying? Just feminine and beautiful in their glory and doing what's right and helping brothers and loving their nation. Those same women will soon lose their glory. You know what I'm saying? By not exercising love thy brother as thyself, or love thy sister as thyself, by not keeping the law, statute, commandments. We're reading what that punishment is, right? Start me from the top again, Rory.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward her husband. toward the
Right.
husband of her bosom.
Of her bosom, even her own husband. You know what I'm saying? The most destroyed species on this earth is the black man. You know what I'm saying? Any trashing of the black man, you have joined onto the side of evil. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a damn about what these black men go through day by day. You know what I'm saying? Including the black woman. You know what I'm saying? She lost her empathy and her compassion for her brother. You know what I'm saying? For even her own husband, her own father. You know what I'm saying? Where they allied themselves with our oppressor more than they allied with a black man. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to blame a black man for all the problems that go on. You know what I'm saying? But nobody want to pull the trauma and the pain that black people endured from our oppressor. Nobody wants to call him out. You know what I'm saying? What he did is strategically place the black woman against the black man. You know what I'm saying? And you know how that looks like? That looks like what's going on in our neighborhoods today. You know what I'm saying? He told the black woman, listen, if you want to get any type of government benefits, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, be supported by government funding, make sure you don't have a black man in the household. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor told the black woman that she's independent and she got the right to choose and she can be the head of a household and she ain't got to listen to no man. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressors deceived our sisters and teaching them not to love their own nation and teaching them not to love their own people and exercising sisterhood and brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And she has shown that evil and that hatred towards her own husband, right? Read on.
Khan, and her son, and toward her son.
And toward her son. How has she done that? Give me some examples of that. Any
Mothers kicking their Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
Mothers kicking their sons out of the house.
Kicking them out just because he probably looked like the father. He resembles the
Tell
father.
them that they ain't,
go ahead. Go ahead, preach.
like, tell them they ain't gonna be shit. Tell them they just like their daddy.
That's a great example right there. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some more. Go ahead, Trooper Kanat.
I was gonna say by having different men around that young man, like keeping niggas coming through in and out the house. Like every 3 weeks, you got a new man, and putting that man setting that wrong example for that son, and probably don't let his father see him. You know what I'm saying? You got women like that withhold their son from their father just because that they got an art with their father or something like that. So
that child support. You know what I'm saying? That is put in place not in benefit of the child. That is systematically put in place just to oppress the black man. You know what I'm saying? And we think that, that child support is just, help the child out just in case the child and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you're teaching that woman to be bitter towards her own husband. In return, her son is the one that's going to receive the hurt from it. You know what I'm saying? Her son is the one that's going to receive the pain from not seeing his father, for not being raised by a father, by not having a man to discipline him and tell him what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? I see some brothers write in the chat as well, right? It says her beating her son and causing he remind her of him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That is a case that does go on in the black family. Curses. Right? You know what I'm saying? Well, we got to understand the black man has fucked up. Salaki, excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? We have fucked up. Well, guess what? The black woman has fucked up as well. You know what I'm saying? We're both put in this position together. And you're not going to get out of this by trying to join your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Every week we call out the wrongdoings of the black man. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? We also have to include the black woman. You know what I'm saying? For deciding to be on the side of our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? For looking at him greater than her own husband. Trying to get high in status in America or try to be an independent woman she disregards her children. She disregards her husband and her son and her daughter. This is what happened from slavery on up, man. White supremacy has destroyed the black family. Right? Let's continue on, Ward.
And toward her daughter.
Or towards her daughter. What's some examples of that as well?
Salaga, sir.
Go ahead, priest.
She treat the daughter bad because her mother treated her bad. She look at herself, her daughter, as training her up to be whorish, to show her, just like the brother was saying, the truth was saying, to bring a different man in the house, teaching her daughter to be a whore, letting her dress any kind of way. Just and anytime she sees her, she calling her a bitch, a slut, a whore, those things, sir.
Damn right. God. You know what I'm saying? This is what goes on in the black family. But nobody looks at that as a problem. They parade that and praise that as if she's empowering herself as a woman by pushing or teaching her daughter whorish ways. Teaching her, hypersexualizing her daughter at a young age, twerking in front of her. They look at it as woman empowerment, as black culture. You know what I'm saying? When that's against the Most High, and that's against sisterhood. You do not love your daughter if you promote that to her, promoting her to how to be a whore, how not to value herself, have no dignity, no honor. You know what I'm saying? That's not love, nor is that sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Wherever there's a girl naked online, twerking on camera, there's a father with his head down in shame. You know what I'm saying? That has to deal with that grief with his daughter online for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? Her nakedness. You know what I'm saying? You're shaming this household, man. And we are the chosen people of the Most High. And the Lord commanded us that we keep his commandments. The Lord told us that we are not to follow these other nations and want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? We got rules and regulations that we got to follow from the man and the woman. You know what I'm saying? The woman is being lied to think that there is no repercussions to her actions. You know what I'm saying? With everything you do, there is a recompense. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord puts in place. We're reading about it right now. Right? You can continue on, priest. Or anything y'all brothers want to add, y'all can go ahead and add. But you can continue, warrior.
Kind, sir. Verse 57. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear.
Right.
For she shall eat them for one.
Go ahead, priest. Finish that part up. My bad.
Kind. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Right. We're being distressed right now in our own neighborhoods, being afflicted here in America. You know what I'm saying? We've been took out of our homeland, brought here in captivity. You know what I'm saying? And in slavery, you knew who the enemy was. It was the person that was afflicting you with a whip, that forced you to pick cotton and all of that stuff. But since they abolished slavery, you think slavery is over, that your oppressor is no longer your enemy. You know what I'm saying? So you believe his philosophies, you believe whatever he tells you to do, and he tells you that, you know, the woman has the right to choose, and if you want to reach a certain status, you know, feel free to abort that baby. You know what I'm saying? And we are number one in abortion. You know what I'm saying? The Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are number one in abortion. I think, what was the figures? I think it's roughly around, 300,000 last year, something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the number one killer of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian children. Is these abortion clinics, man. You find Planned Parenthood in every ghetto in America, man. Every politician is telling you that you have the right to choose. Your pastor ain't saying nothing about it. They all with the agenda, man. Well, guess what? Abortion is what's destroying the Black family, man. You are not to abort that baby. God considers that murder. And if you're ever in a sticky situation where you jammed up in your pregnancy, you know what I'm saying, you have brothers that you can call on. You know what I'm saying? There's brothers in the schools that took on that responsibility of making sure that baby does not die. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught by Christ how to love our nation, man. But guess what? As a woman, if you're willing to open up your legs, you better be willing to deal with the repercussions that come with that. You know what I'm saying? The responsibility that comes with it. And having a child is the most greatest office. Womanhood is the most greatest office a woman can be in. Think about it. Women, you know what I'm saying? Nobody on this earth but woman can carry babies in their belly for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? That is the epitome of femininity. You are exercising your femininity by having a baby. But all of a sudden, they got this feminist movement that telling you that you can abort your baby. It's no longer has it been about, you know, equal for women. They just want abortions to be the main objective of feminism. Well, that's contradictory. Because guess what? The most feminine aspect of a woman is her ability to have a baby, man. Because nobody else on this earth can do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The Lord told us that one of these curses, that if we didn't keep his commandments, this is what's going to happen to us, man. That she's going to abort her babies just so she can get a high-paying job. She's going to abort her babies just so she can get through college. She's going to abort her babies just so she continue to be a whore. You know what I'm saying? That's against the Most High, man. And that is not love, nor is it sisterhood. Because you never know what that child can be raised up to be. You never know what that child can grow up to be. You know what I'm saying? That is precious unto the Most High. Yes, we are the chosen people of the Lord, and we got to understand that we have a responsibility to uphold by serving the Most High and keeping his commandments. All right? So let's go ahead and drop that. Let me get 1 Peter 3:3-1.
Connor one kind.
There you go ahead.
Book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
To be in subjection to your own husband. What does it mean to be in subjection? What does that mean?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
To submit.
To submit. What does it mean to submit? What that mean?
To obey.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? To obey, to listen to that man. You know what I'm saying? To follow that man. To ally yourself with that man. To be down with him. You know what I'm saying? With that black brother. You have nobody that's on your corner that understand your struggle more than a black man or a Hispanic man or a Native Indian man. You trying to ally yourself with your oppressor's daughter, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you're still falling behind. You're still not receiving the same amount of benefits as the oppressor's daughter is receiving. The Lord requires all black women to submit to a black man. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
we can
right.
build up this nation. And that's the role in sisterhood. There's many things that a woman can do that a brother cannot do. You know what I'm saying? As a brother, I'm not going to be going to another black man to get my hair braided. You know what I'm saying? What the hell I look like? I ain't going to be going to a brother for many things. You know what I'm saying? Because there's things that a woman can do that a black man just can't have the skills to do. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord gave each and every one of us a certain type of gift and a office that we can exercise. You know what I'm saying? And the greatest gift is that woman supporting that man, building her nation up and keeping these law, statute, commandments, right? Let's continue on.
Connor one kind. That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wise.
Right. So what is this talking about? Break this down real quick.
Salakia, sir.
Go
If it's just basically saying that the woman, if she submit, she can get her husband to basically do whatever it is through conversation because she is an obedient wife.
God, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the part where it says without the word,
Um,
like what would that mean?
they not the word. They also may without the word be won by the conversation.
Like you on it, you real, you know what I'm saying? You real close on it. You know what I'm saying? But like what does it mean for any without the word might be one, you know what I'm saying? By conversation. If you want to give it a shot, Trooper Canal, you can go ahead too as well. If y'all want to type it in, feel free to type it in also.
So like you said,
Go ahead.
say without the word, is it talking about the scriptures?
Which is what?
With the laws?
Right. The laws, the truth. You know what I'm saying? A brother that may not be in the same beliefs as his wife. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Like Officer Kawan said, that sister can still win that brother over into the truth just by her obeying that man. You know what I'm saying? By her conversation, being sweet and meek and gentle. You know what I'm saying? But not trying to exercise masculinity as a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's not your role to play. Right? The man is made to be masculine. The woman is made to be feminine. It's a balance. You need those both in the household. But what's wrong in America is that they told a woman to be masculine and they pushing our men to be feminine. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers that's trying to be women. You got women that's trying to be brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord is saying, there is a order that the Most High set up. He got the man, the woman, and the children under that. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The man is the head of the household. And even if he is not in the truth or don't believe in the same thing you believe, you are still to obey that man. You are still to serve that man and be down with him and take care of him. You know what I'm saying? Like a righteous sister would do. You ought to show him sisterhood, show him love, and have compassion, have empathy for all the hell that he goes through here in America. Because it's hard for brothers to receive this truth. It's hard for certain brothers to receive this word. You know, we're going through hell day by day, man, suffering. But guess what? If you stick beside that man, you can still help him out, regardless if it's 2 years, 3 years now, 5 years. There's still hope for that brother. But the minute you decide to turn your back on a brother, on a black man, on a Hispanic man, a Native Indian man, you will find yourself in a world of hurt, man, and destruction by the hands of our oppressor. That's all that's out there, man. It's just lust, pleasure, live life without consequences, and then you're going to find yourself in regret that you made the wrong decisions and choices in life. The right choices you need to make is follow what the Lord says to do, right? Let's continue on, priest.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's Chase conversation?
Modest conversation.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go up to him and berate him and belittle him every opportunity you get. I mean, has he not suffered enough here in America? He goes to his job and he gets belittled. He drives in his car and get pulled over by a police officer, he get belittled. Now he got to finally make it home after a long day of work, after being pulled over, to finally get home and be belittled by his wife. To be nagged and berated by his wife. Well, what you need to learn is etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Know your role and know your place. And have a modest spirit about you. Have a meek spirit about you and a humble spirit about you. And guess what? You can get a man to do damn near anything with a chaste conversation, with a chaste spirit. You know what I'm saying? With a modest spirit. But a lot of sisters don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because they mothers used to talk to their father like that. And your father being not in the truth, was soft and weak under that woman, followed her and did everything she told her, you thought as a child that's the same way that you have to be. And generationally, it continued on in our household. Now you got brothers that don't even want to be in the same room with you, so they all go and get another wife. So you teach that child that that man was worthless in the first place, man. When you the one that pushed them out with your constant nagging and belittling and berating. This is what the Bible is teaching you, how a woman should exercise her sisterhood. How should she exercise her love? You know what I'm saying? Don't usurp yourself and try to be masculine over a man. Learn how to be sweet and soft. And guess what? You still be protected. You'll still have a brother that's willing to risk his life for you. All you got to be willing to do is to submit to that man. Right? Let's continue on, Ward.
Turn it what Khan says. Verse 3. Whose adorning let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting the hair,
Right.
and of
Continue on.
wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
All right. All right. Just a sidebar. This is how you know that this is a black book. All right. Who's the main number one woman that wear plaits in their head, rock braids in their head? They just had a whole bill that they had to pass called the Crown Act bill, where they had to allow a certain demographic of women to wear their natural hair and work. And I think they passed that bill, what, in 2019 or 2020? They just
Somewhere
passed
around
that.
there.
Right, somewhere around there, right? They just passed that bill. You still being discriminated against. You know what I'm saying? This book is a black book. Black woman is the one that has braids in her hair. Hispanic woman, Native Indian woman. You know what I'm saying? This is only talking about us, right? But what it's saying here in this scripture is saying that that's not the main important thing. Is not your outward appearance. That's not what makes you righteous. You know what I'm saying? That's not what makes you a good person. Right? What woman you know that don't want to be beautiful and don't want to look pretty? I mean, that's just their nature for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Most women. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to righteousness, your righteousness is determined by your obedience to your man and to your husband. By you serving him, guess what? You're serving the Most High. By you taking care of black men, Hispanic men, and Native Indian men, having compassion on them, and not talking down on them like niggas ain't shit and all this bullcrap that's online. Well, guess what? That's how you're determined by your righteousness, man. Keeping these laws, statutes, commandments that's written of in this Bible. Right? So let's continue on. Now you can drop that right there. Let me get Titus 2 and 3. What is it? Titus 2 and 3.
Okay, so I got it.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
Right. Right.
That
J. Cole, if I could just pause it right there. J. Cole got a track called No Role Models. I'm sure you know, most of us heard that song, you know what I'm saying? Where he talks about that there is no good example of how black women should be out here in America. Right? There's nothing that you can find in the radio, on the TV, wherever you look at, you know what I'm saying? There's very a small amount of good role models that young black sisters can look up to, or young Hispanic sisters can look up to. Well, the Bible is teaching that the aged woman, You know what I'm saying? The one that has age on them should be a good example to the younger sisters, man. And you got grown women on the internet still acting like children, right? Because they only been taught since a child how to be selfish, and they never grew out of that phase. So as a grown adult, you make everything about yourself. You make a life about yourself. How happy you are and how things is pleasing unto you. Well, we can't build a nation with that type of mindset. You can't build a nation being selfish and wanting to live in pleasure all the time. We talking about building a nation right now, right? And it first starts at the household. You get the nation, you get the family together. But guess what? Once you get the family and the household together, you'll get the neighborhood together. And once you get the neighborhood together, you can start on building a nation. But it starts with the family, man. We have to make sure our household are in order. And as a woman, you have to be in order as well, according to what the Most High considered righteous, right? Let's continue on, warrior.
Khan, verse 4, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the power be not blasphemed.
All right, this is her duty. This is her role that she has to play as well. You know what I'm saying? What does it mean for her to teach a young woman to be sober? What is that talking about?
Salaga, sir.
Go ahead.
Does it mean to teach her not to be drunken by her own lust?
Right. You could say that as well. Drunk in her own lust. What else? Because when you're not sober, what type of mind state you're in? Right? Not necessarily
You
just
said when you
Go ahead.
like you said when you're not so when she's not sober, what kind of mind state she in?
Right.
She's in a drunken or a misguided or not clear-headed mind state.
Thank you. She's not focused. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily talking about that she can't have a drink or nothing like that, but she's not focused and clear-minded. You know, and her mind is fogged up with social media, with Instagram likes, with twerking on OnlyFans and having Birkin bags and Versace shoes and all of these stuff. You're not focused on what's the task that's at hand. You know what I'm saying? The task that is at hand is building up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And it's going to take effort from both sides. And guess what? We don't need you with a gun marching down the streets with boots on. We don't need you to do that. They got cats like the Not Having Around Coalition. You know what I'm saying? You see black women with M16s and automatic rifles marching down the street in the hot sun. Right. That's not how we build this revolution. We don't need you to march down the street with guns and getting ready to lay it down on the white man. You know what I'm saying? What a woman's role is being the keeper at home, being obedient to her husband, backing that black man up, providing services. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's cosmetic or hair or medicine, all these stuff, these services, a woman can help a black man in. You know what I'm saying? Just by her being chaste, being discreet, being kind, being meek, that can help build up this nation as well. And we need more of that, more than we need a woman with a gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we need more of. There's plenty of sisters that love to be tough and all that stuff and try to be masculine, you know what I'm saying? But where are the sweet sisters at? You know what I'm saying? America taught you that that's not the way to go. That's weak for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Or she's being passive, or she's a pick-me, or all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? When that is strong and righteous to be like. A submissive woman is righteous in the eyes of the Most High. A quiet, loving woman is righteous in the eyes of the Most High. You know why? Because that's what sisterhood is about. It's not about your emotions or what your feelings and all that stuff and gossip and all that stuff. It's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about you correcting your behavior and making sure that it aligns what's written in this book. If it's not in this book, it's not true. Women that aren't that loose is not in this book. The what else they got? What's that? Steve Harvey, all of them.
Happy wife, happy life is not in this book.
Thank you, Warrior. You know what I'm saying? Happy wife, happy life. What else? Give me some more if you could think
Like
of
it, YOLO, all of that.
All that.
Oh man.
Damn right, man. It's not written. Go ahead, Priest.
Living your best life is not in this book.
Ooh, there you go. Perfect. They love to live their best life, huh? They love to, living their best life and, being outside and happy wife, happy life. They love just living pleasure. You know what I'm saying? But you're being lied to, man. That's not what the Bible is about. That's not what serving God is about. It's not about just you being in bliss for 24 hours in the day. If you truly love, it's going to have to take some pain and suffering behind it, man. But you got to be willing to endure to show that you truly love the Most High. And guess what? Black men and black women, we have to realize that we both messed up, right? And the only way we got to fix this is by forgiving each other. Once we forgive each other and mend differences in the black family, well, guess what? We can start to build our nation up. It's not just the black man to blame and say it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? You share some of that responsibility as well as a black woman or a Hispanic woman or a Native Indian woman. As we read this, if you don't see yourself aligned what we just read, if you're the total opposite of this, you're decreasing and you're a detriment to the black family. You know what I'm saying? You're a part of that destruction of the black family. What you want to do is correct your behavior and be aligned with the words of the Most High, right? So that's the end of that, right? Yeah, we get Proverbs 31:10.
Another one coming.
All right, you go ahead, priest.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Mm-hmm.
For her price is far above rubies.
All right, that's a good question. Who can find a virtuous woman? Somebody please tell me what a virtuous woman is. Let's start there. Well, first, what is a virtuous woman? Go ahead, priest.
A woman that is chaste, modest, teaches of good things. Same stuff we just read in Titus and in the other scriptures that we read, First Peter's. A woman that is a keeper of her household, obedient to her husband, submissive. A woman that bring in that's a go-getter, like General Muhammad say.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's right. That's good traits, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what we be good to have in a woman. You know what I'm saying? But as far as being virtuous, right? What is or having virtue? You know what I'm saying? What is that in particular? If you had to sum it up in one word, you know what I'm saying? Well, it is summed up virtuous, you know what I'm saying? But what is being virtue, having virtue, or being virtuous? What is that in particular, right? Anybody want to type it in the chat? You go ahead. Go ahead, Soldier.
Would it be chaste or having standards?
That's good to have as a woman, you know what I'm saying? But not necessarily. Not necessarily. It kind of goes along with what you said towards the end of it, right? She brings in that bread. She a go-getter, all of that. Go ahead, Trooper Kanat.
No, I was just gonna say, virtuous me. What I was thinking, it was saying like she's like above anything, like not above anything, but like Sorry, so you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. My bad. I was looking at
Oh,
this.
okay. I haven't messed my screen up. Like virtuous, like she's like what's that word I was looking? It's like when something can't be like above the cost of anything. Like you know what I'm saying? Like just like anything can't just get her attention or buy her love or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
She's expensive. I don't want to say expensive, but I just want to say like I'm looking for another word for I had it in my mind, but I can't think of it right now. Salakia, sir.
Right.
Sir.
Now, go ahead, priest.
Righteous.
Righteous, right? Which is good. You know what I'm saying? Moral. I see Officer Malgazar wrote moral or like none other, right? Morals, according to
Honorable.
honorable, virtuous, Mashamar, Officer Mashamar. All right. What is virtue or virtue? All right. The verb of that word is skill. You know what I'm saying? This is a woman that uses her skills and her brain power to make sure, like Officer Kawan said, to bring in the goods to the crib, to take care of the household. You know what I'm saying? She's not a woman that's just sitting back, being a thought online. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? That's the reality. Being a thought online and shaking her behind online, waiting for the next vacation trip for her to take. You know what I'm saying? That is not virtuous. You know, a virtuous woman would utilize her talent, her fingers, her feet, you know what I'm saying, her mind in order to get that bread. You know what I'm saying? In order to take care of her household, which comes with her being chaste and having morals and having standards. Because guess what? She's not going to do anything that's going to bring any shame to her husband or her household and getting this bread. You know what I'm saying? She's going to do it with dignity. She gonna do something that ain't gonna, shame her by showing her behind or doing anything wicked that's against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's a woman that has virtue, a woman that has skill. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible says that a woman like that, the price of her is far above rubies. Why does it compare a virtuous woman to rubies? Right? Right? Why would it give that comparison of a ruby?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Because they're rare.
Because thank you. You know what I'm saying? They're rare, right? If you ever get a chance to look up the price of a ruby, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty high. Costs a lot of money to get, a whole bunch of rubies. You know what I'm saying? The reason why it costs that much, because it's rare to find. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you just go in your backyard and dig up and poof, there's a ruby right there. Rubies are found in caves and underwater and all types of stuff and digging deep into the earth and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they're grown in certain climates, in certain areas. It's not something that's easy to find on this earth. So guess what? They price it in a high value because it's rare. Guess what? A virtuous woman is rare to find. Especially nowadays, it's even more rare. All you see is, girls just gone wild. You know what I'm saying? Our sisters trying to be like the oppressor's daughter. Trying to do what they want, what they can do to receive the validation of our oppressor. Blonding their hair and bleaching their skin, getting surgery to get a big behind, and being vain and getting all the luxury brands and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's commonly seen here in this world in America. But a woman that's willing to obey the Most High and use her skills and obeying her husband and taking care of her young ones, her children, you know what I'm saying? That's far above ruby. That's something of high value. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? We got sisters like that in the ISUPK. The sisters in the ISUPK are far above rubies. They ain't nothing like you hoes. You know what I'm saying? They put you hoes to shame. You think you was doing it with that skinny ass skirt showing all of your behind? They ain't nothing. These sisters come in with a head wrap and make you look like the ugly duckling in the whole room. You know what I'm saying? Because the spirit that's on these sisters is not commonly seen around this world. It's like no other. You know what I'm saying? And that's a woman that's far above rubies. That's the woman that you should want, even as a brother. And that's a woman, that's the way a woman should strive to be also. She should have value in herself, value in her body, man, her mind, value in keeping the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. You should have some standards about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue on, Warrior.
Colonel Khan, sir. Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Right. She is doing what she needs to do to make sure that her household is taken care of. Her children are taken care of. Read on.
Colonel Khan. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Find a black man to do good to, man. Stop being so selfish in America. We have to build up this nation, man, and nobody's showing compassion towards the black man. Nobody's showing enough empathy towards blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Do that brother good. Take care of that brother for all the hard work he's trying to do, paying the bills, even if he gets another woman. That's a sooner right there. Soon as he get another woman, she ain't gonna do him good no more. All the good. All that good is gonna turn into evil. You know what I'm saying?
Read.
You know what I'm saying? Well, according to this Bible, a man can have more than one wife if he chooses to. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? That union cannot be broken by anything unless it's because of adultery. Well, guess what? He can equally love you the same. He can love you and love that other woman the same, man. He can be down with you and be down with that other sister just the same, man. It does not diminish just because he gets another wife. Well, guess what? Your love for him should not diminish just because he got another wife as well. You should not want to do that brother evil, but do him some good, man, so we can build this nation up. Right? Let's continue on.
Colonel One Khan. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands.
Do what? And do what?
And worketh willingly with her hands.
And do what?
And worketh willingly with her hands.
She go to work, man. She work. She puts in work with her hands, not with her behind, not with her toes on OnlyFans or showing her breast. With her hands, she puts in work, man. Because she knows she got a household to take care of. She got a nation to take care of, man. So she used that brain power to take care of her nation, man. That's what a virtuous sister is. That's what a righteous sister is. And we need that so we can build this nation up. This is what it's all about. It's about sisterhood. It's no different from brotherhood. Everything we read about from brotherhood that tells you, you know what I'm saying, forgive that brother or forgive him. You know what I'm saying, or love thy brother as thyself could easily also be applied for women also. Love that sister as yourself. Love that black man as yourself if you're a woman. That Hispanic man, that Native Indian man. Don't be a traitor unto your own people, you know what I'm saying, just because you want to get wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. So you can drop that, warrior. Let's get on 1 Corinthians 11:3. And like I said, anything y'all brothers want to add, man, feel free. You know, this is a hot topic. You know what I'm saying?
Good luck, you, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead, warrior.
If I may, one time, me and my rib, we had been going through it all that week. I was slaying a dragon all week long. So finally, it was a Friday or Saturday. I said, you know what? we finna do a checklist. So we went to Proverbs 28, and when we was going through it, and we did a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
And as I read the scripture, I said, you check where you think you like, you know what I'm saying? If you do that, you check it. If you don't, you do it. Check it.
Right.
She after that, she realized she wasn't such a Proverbs 31 after all
Okay.
coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because she had a lot of checks. Like I'm saying, like that's what you aiming to be like. That's
Damn
what you
right.
striving to be. You know what I'm saying? You can't go around and be talking about you Proverbs 31, you Proverbs 31, and you ain't doing none of these things that a Proverbs 31 woman doing.
Right.
And like
Damn right.
that was a harsh reality check for her. And I can't say it did get her right. I
Damn
can't
right.
say it did.
And
You
listen,
put her to shame, made her shame face.
damn right.
So
You know what I'm
like,
saying? Nah, damn right, boy. You know, it's nothing wrong with corrective behavior. Our women need to be corrected because listen, our sisters acting like animals out here, man. They need a husband over them. 300,000 abortions in 1 year, and nobody's outraged. Ain't nobody telling these sisters that they gotta stop aborting our babies. Strip club full of these sisters, young sisters, man. Nobody's telling them to stop. All online showing they behind it. Nobody's telling them to stop, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, the brothers in the Isupk are willing to pick up that mantle and help out our sisters and teach them what they're doing is wrong and corrected them so they can learn how to do what's right. And it starts by her realizing that she's been a monster in this earth. You have not been a queen. You're not a man. They be gassing y'all sisters up, man. Y'all fall for it. Whatever they tell you, whatever they tell you out there, it's not true, man. You know what I'm saying? You are a daughter of Zion. And guess what? With being a daughter of Zion, it comes with responsibility. It comes with you correcting your behavior. It comes with you being submissive and being meek and quiet and loving and following these commandments that's written of in this Bible. Because guess what? The brother, we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? That brother that's walking around the street with his pants hanging down, that's selling all that dope. Guess what? He got to change his behavior as well. Well, guess what? That sister that's walking around with her butt hanging out her skirt and you know, talking out of her neck and all of that stuff and being loud, she has to correct her behavior also, man. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood and sisterhood is needed amongst black people. We got to start loving each other and doing what's right according to the Most High. Taking care of each other and having compassion towards each other, man. And you sisters dropping the ball. A lot of these sisters, I'm not talking about the sisters in the truth, of course, you know what I'm saying? But the sisters in the world is dropping the ball and showing love and compassion towards their own people. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and grab that. Chapter
Slocky, sir. You said what chapter you said? 11?
kind of 11 and 3.
I got it, sir.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right. Now the Bible is breaking down the order structure, the structure that the Most High set up. And in this structure, on the top of the chart, I'm saying the head of every man that's on this earth, of so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, the children of Israel, you know what I'm saying, is Christ. Starting at the top right there is Christ, right? Read on.
Kanawakan. And the head of the woman is the man.
Well, here you go. You have Christ at the top. After that, the head of the woman is the man. So the man is going to come right after. And then after the man comes the woman. That's the authority and the power structure that the Lord has set up here on this earth, man. A man is to be obedient unto the Most High by following our King Yahushua, by serving Christ. You know what I'm saying? Not by, beating his woman up or doing all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But by being righteous and serving the Most High and doing what the Lord told us to do. But guess what? A woman also has to be obedient unto that man and doing what that man tells her to do as long as it aligns with these scriptures. You are to obey your husband. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the head of the household. He sets the rules in the crib. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean, y'all can't share opinions or y'all can't share advice and all that stuff. But guess what? There's a role that he must play, and there's a role that you must play as well. And his role as a black man is to lead that household. Your role is to be supportive of that and to back that brother in leading that household. Go ahead,
priest. So I got one, if I may.
No, go ahead, warrior.
And sisters, please understand also that this means even if that man does not live in that household, he is still the head of that household as the man. The Bible does not say if he doesn't live in this house, or if he lives with his other rib, or if he's not present in this house, he's not the head of the household. He is the head of the household regardless, because he is your husband.
Damn right. Now you damn right, priest. You know what I'm saying? If you was willing to open your legs to that man, guess what? He became your head. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a husband, your father is your head. If you don't know your father, with the men in Isupk, they're above you. You know what I'm saying? You always have a head and a protection, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? You are to be obedient unto that. You know what I'm saying? Unto the order that the Lord has set up. So even if he's in the crib, not in the crib, and all of that stuff, you open your legs to that man, he is your head. That's the order that the Most High has set up. And it is his God-given right to exercise that authority. America is trying to strip that away from the black man. They call it toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing toxic about being masculine. Since when that was toxic? How the hell you going to fight anything in a war if your man is not masculine? How the hell you going to protect the house from somebody that's trying to rob it if that man is being effeminate? You know what I'm saying? But they trying to steal away the masculinity of black men, and they are definitely pushing a gay agenda. They pushing that homosexual agenda. You know why? Because they want weak men and strong women to rule over them.
It's a lock in, sir.
Go ahead, priest.
What you're saying is so heavy, because just like if anybody can see, just paying attention to media, just to life period, and social media, all of that. Toxic masculinity only exists in the eyes or the perception of the so-called white man, the oppressor, because he does want black men, Hispanic and Native American men, to be effeminate like he is. Therefore, just like General Muhammad was saying last night, it is only to make him feel good if we are effeminate or weak, or if we are oppressed. God. But if we are masculine as men, as the Most High has created us to be, then it incites fear into them.
Damn right, man. Like our King Yahushua said also, you know what I'm saying? In order to, I'm paraphrasing. In order to spoil a man's goods in his household, first you got to first bind up the strong man. Paraphrasing, right? If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they did. They didn't just bind us up physically, but they bound us up spiritually by pushing this gay agenda. You know what I'm saying? By pushing that homosexuality, because it comes from our oppressor. By teaching you to be independent and you don't need no man and you better off by yourself and you can do it all only on your own. All of this stuff, he is lying to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why our women are destroyed today. That's why they in the crib, lonely, sad as hell, crying at 40 years old because they ain't got no man beside them. You know why? Because you was gassed up and brainwashed with the propaganda of our oppressor, of thinking that you don't need a man over you. You don't need a man telling you what to do. You don't need a man at your head. And the result of that is what we see today in our neighborhoods, in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is how we get it right. Give that black man the authority of the household. You know what I'm saying? Teach your son how to be a real man by understanding that if he gets a woman, he's the authority of that household. Go ahead, Soldier.
Now, what I want to say is what you're saying heavy too, because like these female entertainers and these female, artists and people, they telling them, oh, you don't need a man, get your money, trick on your man, or do this, be independent. At the same time, they married with their man and living in their household. They're not doing none of the things they telling
Ah,
these women to do.
that's good, man. That's a good point. Cause what's Young Miami? I think her name is the City Girls and Cardi B talking about she don't cook, she don't clean. Meanwhile, Offset got her on video cleaning up the household. You know what I'm saying? She trying to tell your daughter not to cook or clean, not to be, a righteous woman and be nude and be a whore and all that stuff. Meanwhile, she's being a housewife in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's like a nigga that's rapping about shooting and killing, but never shot nothing in his life. You know what I'm saying? The hypocrisy is all brainwashing to get our sons and daughters destroyed as a nation, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what they push on us through Christianity. Because guess what? Your pastor is not reading this scripture. You got female pastors in the Christian church. All in the pulpit and all of that, man. They run the whole Christian church. They full of black women, Hispanic women, Native Indian women. You know what I'm saying? Because they teaching them how to rule over a man and oppress that man in that Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is not how our nation has been and what God created us to be like. Right? Let me get 1 Kings 1:15 real quick. All right, Trooper Halak says they don't even let their kids, let me put it up. Says they don't even let their kids listen to their own music. Damn right. Yeah, I remember there was a video up like that too, where she was dancing to, I think, WAP or something like that, Cardi B, and her daughter walked into the room and she rushed to turn off the track off, you know what I'm saying, because she didn't want her daughter to hear it. All right, you know what I'm saying? This it's crazy, right? It says, but have no problem with the kids listening to right. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. That all that's being pushed, like Officer Kawan said, by our oppressor. He puts the money behind these sisters, you know what I'm saying, and tell them what to say on those records, tell them what to do on those records and in those videos, you know what I'm saying, and our people eat it all up. We think this is how we supposed to be as a nation. Well, I'm gonna read you, right? One of the brothers gonna read. We're gonna read how we was as a nation. The honor and the respect that black men used to receive in the nation, in our nation. You know what I'm saying? As Israelites, right? Who got that for me real quick?
Salaga, sir.
Go ahead.
That was 1 Kings 1:15.
Baba Kashab, 1 Kings 1:15.
Khan. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 1, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And Bathsheba went in unto the king, unto
Right.
Abishag. This the right one, sir? Salaki?
Yeah, Khan. That's the right one. Right?
Okay. Khan. I'll
Yeah,
start off Salaki.
Khan. I know, sir.
And Bathsheba went in unto the king into the chamber, and the king was very old, and Abishag the Shunammite ministered unto the king.
Right. So who's
And
Bathsheba?
Bathsheba,
If I could just pause you there
Salaki,
real quick. Mm-hmm. Who's Bathsheba?
Salaki, sir.
Anybody know? Go ahead.
King David's real.
Right. That's King David Red, right? So this is a time when King David was ruling. You know what I'm saying? Well, she came unto the king to inquire of him about a certain matter, right? Just to give you a little back history, the matter is one of somebody professed themselves to be a king. You know what I'm saying? When King David did not anoint them, when Solomon was supposed to be king after King David, right? You had some cat, I forgot the brother name. What's his name? Was it Abithari or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Where he puffed himself up and made himself out to be a king without getting permission from David. You know what I'm saying? When David always had it set up to where Solomon is going to be the king after him. Right now, Bathsheba, which is the mother of Solomon and is the wife of King David, is going up to David and about to ask him, listen, this cat that's running around talking about he's king, did you approve it? You know what I'm saying? She's just trying to get confirmation from David if she approved this cat to be king, or if she's still gonna, or if he's still gonna allow Solomon to be king after him. Right? And that's the point that we at right now, right? And we gonna get the spirit of this sister when she go up to her husband, right? Meanwhile, right? Understand what the brother just said. He was very old, so guess what he had? He had another woman in that room with him. You know what I'm saying? That was taking care of him in his old age. That's what the word minister means. It means servant, right? She was providing service unto King David. You know what I'm saying? And his wife walked in and about to inquire of him while that other woman is in there, right? Let's continue on.
Verse 16. And Bathsheba bowed and did obeisance, obeisance
God,
unto the king. And the king said, what wouldest thou?
right. Like she came unto him with respect. She seen King David and had that, honor and was meek about it. And she bowed unto King David. That's his, remember now, that's her husband now. And there's another sister in the room while she walked in. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not saying that you have to bow to your man every 24 seconds whenever he walks in the room. But God, show that man some type of honor. He may not be King David. He might not, ruling and having all the wealth in the kingdom and a big house. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? If he comes home from a hard day of work, at least have a hot plate for that brother. Show him some type of respect, some type of sisterhood, some type of honor towards that black man. And if he can't get it from his own household, where else is he going to get it from? He's for sure not going to get it from our oppressor. He's for sure not going to get at the slavery in the Christian church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, treat that man with some type of respect and dignity, man. Whether he's poor in the projects or whatever, have respect for that black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian man. Because guess what? He is of the bloodline of the chosen people of God. And guess Bathsheba understood that. She showed respect unto her, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop read me down to skip me down verse 28, Baba Kashtan.
Verse 28.
Right, just to
Then
skip you, if I could, real quick, just to skip y'all down, right? I can read this, this story if y'all want to, throughout the scriptures or whatever, right? But just to skip y'all down, she ended up telling or trying to get confirmation from David. You know what I'm saying? Then while she's telling David, Nathan the prophet comes in and he's explaining the same thing that Bathsheba is explaining. That some cat is running around claiming himself to be king and he's not Solomon. You know what I'm saying? So they both trying to get the confirmation, you know what I'm saying? And then we're at the part now where David is finally going to reply back to Bathsheba. Right, let's continue on.
1 Kings chapter 1, verse 28. Then King David answered and said, call me Bathsheba. And she came in unto the king's presence and stood before the king. And the king sware and said, as the Most High liveth, that hath redeemed my soul out of all distress, even as I swear unto thee by the Most High power of Israel, saying, assuredly, Solomon thy son shall reign after me, and he shall sit upon my throne in my stead. Even so will I certainly do this day.
Right. So she got her
Then
confirmation.
Bathsheba bowed her.
If I could, she got her confirmation from her husband David. You know what I'm saying? She didn't go in there and started berating David. She wasn't like, oh, you old fool, look at you. Can't even get nothing right. You got some cat running around, came to be king. You ain't even doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? She did it, you know what I'm saying, and she got the confirmation by her being chaste, by being meek. You can get a man to do, you know, certain pleasures that you want if you come in the right spirit. If you come in the same spirit like Bathsheba did. And this is how much respect that we had for each other as a black man and a black woman one time in our nation. You know what I'm saying? Because David is a black man. Bathsheba is a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And she's showing this brother respect. Right? Let's continue on.
Connor one kind. Then Bathsheba bowed with her face to the earth and did reverence to the king and said, "Let my Lord King David live forever."
That's love, if you ask me. That is
Right.
love. Not the, you know, just the physical act of her bowing. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen, like I said, you don't have to, I'm not telling you to bow to every Negro that walks in the room. That's not what I'm saying. But for her to show that amount of respect unto another black man, saying something that's lost and forgotten here in America, that's something of value, man. That's what true love is all about. Even when things are complicated and y'all might agree or disagree on a certain matter, doesn't mean y'all should be at odds with each other. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor is telling you it's easy to just divorce him. Just leave him alone. Let him go. All right? That's if it was 2021, that's what Bathsheba, they would have told Bathsheba to do. You know, but at one point, we have respect for each other, man. Our woman understood sisterhood. They understood loyalty and respect and honor and dignity. You know what I'm saying? We have to restore that again in 2021, man. It's very important for our sisters to realize that this book is talking about us. These scriptures are talking about us. And what we got to do is align ourselves with the words that's written in this book. We have to have that same amount of compassion and respect and honor for each other, the same way we had it back then with the time of David. We have to exercise these things in order to build up this nation, or else we will continue to destroy it. Right? So let's drop that. Let's get 1 Timothy 2:11. You know what I'm saying? Anything I want to add, man, don't hesitate. It's a hot topic now. You know what I'm saying? You don't upset all of Negro Dome. You know what I'm saying? They ready to shut us down because we're telling that the black woman has to correct her behavior. You know what I'm saying? That we need more of sisterhood. We need more of that love. Man, listen. Back then, what was it? Was that chick Brandy? That I want to be down and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Being down with a man and rolling with her husband and all that stuff. Back in the 70s, you know, this is what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? We used to make songs about it, make poetry about it, make movies about it, how the black family was strong together. And look at us today. Go ahead, soldier. Go ahead, boy.
No, not even that, Sir Salaki. If I may, like, even during slavery time, them women would risk their lives to run away with that man. Even if they didn't even have the direction to go, they didn't. They would risk their lives to run away with that man. If that man said we running away from Master House tonight, that woman was ready to go.
Damn right. Damn right.
And he didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing.
God, you
Salaki.
exactly right. Nah, damn right, man. Damn right. He was a slave. You know what I'm saying? And she was willing to risk her life. Sisters like Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? Sisters who went against the grain, disobeyed master, just so she can take care of that black man. Man, the Haitian Revolution as well, man. The women on that island played a big role in the Haitian Revolution. You know what I'm saying? There was poison in those slave masters and all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they played their role in freeing their brothers, freeing their husband, showing that sisterhood, man. But now, man, the sister will betray her man for a damn cheeseburger and a smile. Just for a good time, she'll give up on her nation.
That's a lock it, sir.
Go ahead, priest.
If I may, what you and the troop is bringing out is so heavy. Now, what we just read about King David and Bathsheba, most sisters will look at it like, well, he was a king, so she bowed to him because he was a king, or she reverenced him because he was a king. But the point that the trooper brought out was excellent to follow up behind that, because the sisters back then during slavery time, they obeyed their husband, they reverenced their husband, and he had nothing. He was a slave.
Right.
He was property to another man, and they still reverenced him. It was the fact that was our culture, because that's what the Most High ordained it to be. Those sisters reverenced a man that had nothing, that got beat by the oppressors. That's powerful. I think that was extremely heavy. And the sisters in Haiti, the impoverishment in Haiti, man, our sisters and brothers, even to this day, are going through hell over there. But a Haitian woman, in a lot of ways, no, I'm not gonna say that, because some of them, they don't represent her. Salaki, I take that back, because I done heard some of them on the phone, but I didn't get it in. Salaki, sir, my bad.
Nah, get down, priest. Go ahead, finish your point. No sweat. That was it.
Cuddle con, so that's it. Just it's the importance of following what the Most High commanded, man. You women reverence your husband. Don't be the loud mouth bitches, Salaki for the language. Don't be that. Don't be the aggravating, nagging woman when this man come home just because you in your feelings about something. Learn to discipline your own self. Learn to discipline your flesh. Because just like that man have to kill his flesh every day, the scriptures say that we should die daily. And that die daily for some of you women is for you to shut your damn mouth. Learn to close your mouth, and it'll be okay. It's okay for you not to say what you feel all the time. It's okay for you to be corrected by the man that's your head. It's okay for you not to be able to say what you feel. It's okay. You have to learn to discipline yourself, so that obedience that the Most High is telling you that you're supposed to be under subjection, that obedience is displayed. And through your conversation, you can get that man to do whatever in righteousness if you do what you told. You do what's right. It's like it.
God, damn right, priest. Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers right on, you know what I'm saying? Right on point with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at slavery, we understood who the enemy was. We knew that oppressor with the whip was the enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? And now, nowadays, we in mental slavery, and we think that the black man is the enemy or the black woman is the enemy. You know what I'm saying? We're destroyed as a family because we don't realize who our true enemy is, man. You know what I'm saying? Our sisters got to stop trying to be down or seek the validation of our oppressors, because you'll never find an ally in the people that hate us since we got here in the slave ships. Right? With that Rachel Nichols, that oppressor's daughter, ESPN correspondent, who was talking against that black sister.
I don't know that story, sir. Salaki.
God, okay, no, sir. Recently, some NBA correspondent named Rachel Nichols, a white woman, you know what I'm saying, was talking down on a sister who took her position at being at the final sideline. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the players on the sideline at the finals. You know what I'm saying? And she's talking about, they got her on video recording, talking about how she's saying along the lines that she don't deserve to be in that position. The only reason she's in that position is because, affirmative action and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, she's trying to say that behind her back. But you got so many of our sisters that love to seek validation from white women. You know what I'm saying? That love to make a white woman or a white man their ally. You know what I'm saying? And thinking that if we just all get together, you know, we can end racism. Or if we all just, you know, love each other, things will be better and we'll stop inequality. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's not the case. That what happened with Richard Nichols is a proof. No matter how much you try to join them, you know what I'm saying, they will never be an ally unto you. You know
That's
that
right.
black man is your only ally. That's
That's
all
right.
you have. Right? Damn right, Warrior. So let's go at what I call for Timothy's, right?
Khan 2:11.
All right, go ahead, priest.
Khan, Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Right, like Officer Kawan just said, man, it's okay for you not to always express your emotions and every thought that goes through your head. Sometimes, you know, just keep your mouth closed. Man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always be nagging and berating a brother, you know what I'm saying, in order for him to do something or in order for him to get the moving. By your meekness and by your sweetness and being chaste, you can get that brother to damn move a mountain for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's backwards the way they teach you. If you talk to that brother in a certain level or you deal with him on a certain level, guess what? That man will be willing to do anything for you. He'll die on the corner for you if he has to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem is our women don't realize that. They find a brother useless, man. They think a man is useless. So what they do, they nag and talk, and criticize and gossip and do whatever they want to do, not realizing there's repercussions behind it. You know what I'm saying? What the Bible is saying that a woman is to learn in silence. When she come into the learning the knowledge of this book, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to teaching this book and doing what's according as written of in our nation, in our as a people, you know what I'm saying? She is to learn in silence, man.
That's right.
Even the story with Bathsheba that we just read about. As soon as Nathan the prophet walked in, Bathsheba shut her mouth. It was the end of that. She just let Nathan talk, and then that's when David responded back to Bathsheba. You know what I'm saying? It was not time for her to finally gang up on David and finally, you know, get him at this moment. She understood her role in her position. You know what I'm saying? And also, you got to understand you have a role to play. We're not trying to invalidate you neither. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to say you're useless neither. You have a role to play, but your role is shutting that damn mouth and support that husband. All right? And don't belittle, don't berate, and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue on, Ward.
Khan. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
All right, this is the Bible now. This is the Bible we're reading out of. We're not making this up. This is not our own words. This is what the Bible says a woman should be like. I'm saying this is how you exercise sisterhood. Right? You don't have to usurp your authority over a man. We don't need you to be teaching, breaking down these scriptures. Let the soldiers go to war for that. Let the brothers stand on the corner and risk their lives for that. We have use for you as well. You can be at the crib. Somebody got to watch the youths. Somebody got to take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to provide a meal and all of that stuff. Let that man work with his hands and also come home to a house of peace. You know what I'm saying? Where you ain't got to always trying to tell him what to do and dictate his life so you can strip his manhood from him. That's not what sisterhood is about. You have to understand, you have to be compassionate and loving and show empathy towards a brother in order to restore him, man. You know what I'm saying? In order for this nation to get the moving. There's many great sisters written of in this Bible. Not only what we read about Bathsheba, also with Judith. Sister like Judith, man, where she risked her life for her nation. And the act that she didn't do it to be the queen over Israel or to usurp authority or start breaking down scriptures or start her own camp or none of that. You know what I'm saying? What she did, the act that she did in saving her nation, she did it to encourage the brothers, man. To encourage black men to stand up for their people and fight against their oppressors. And guess what? A sister that's willing to sit down and braid a brother hair, you don't even know that encourage a black man. A woman that's willing to just keep her mouth closed, that encourages a black man. Speaking life, speaking sweet to a brother, that encourages a black man, man.
I'm right.
You know what I'm saying? And we need that sisterhood, right? Let's drop that real quick. Let me get Jeremiah 44 and 15.
44 and 15.
God, Baba Kasha, 44 and 15.
Khan.
You go ahead.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 15. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelled in the land of even all Salaki, and even all the people that dwelled in the land of Egypt in Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying,
Right. If I could just pause you right there, just to give you a little backdrop. You know what I'm saying? This is the time we was under the Babylonian captivity. You know what I'm saying? And we had a king of our people that was worshiping other gods, including our women. And you also have a group of our people that try to flee into Egypt to try to escape the oppression of the Babylonians and try to, blend in with the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess it's no different from what's going on today. You got our sisters, our people worshiping other gods, and you got our people trying to blend in with our oppressors, so they don't have to receive so much destruction in this captivity, so they can try to ease their pain that they're going through in this captivity. You know what I'm saying? Well, Jeremiah checked them on it, and this is their response back. Go ahead, soldier.
Khan, verse 16. As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Most High, we will not hearken unto thee.
Read on.
But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, and our princes in the cities of Judah,
right,
and in the streets.
No, go ahead, finish that part.
And in the streets of Jerusalem.
Right. This is what they want to do. They made themselves a god. They look at the black woman and woman, period, as a god by giving them stuff like the right to choose, abortion. Who made you God and gave you that right to whether or not that child lives or not? You know what I'm saying? That is the Lord's decision. They love to praise and worship her and follow different philosophies just to appease themselves, just to be selfish and find self-pleasure. You know what I'm saying? They got stuff like what's they do, where they play rocks now. They got, I don't know what that belief is called or whatever it's called. It's, of course, idol worship, but they got all bunch of crystals, burning incense, zodiac signs, and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Tarot card reading.
The tarot card reading. All of that bull crap, man. They're trying to make themselves into a god. There's nothing but a feminine spirit behind that, man. And our sisters did back then, and they're doing it today. They don't want to hear words of the Most High. They don't want to be told what they're doing is wrong. They want to do what they want to do. They want to just do whatever makes them happy, man. Well, guess what? There is repercussions behind it, right? Let's continue on, Ward.
Con one con, sir. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil.
Right. What does that
But
mean?
since we,
If I
Salaki,
could, what does that mean? So they said, listen, we're going to continue to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven. We're going to worship the Queen of Heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because in that, there's plenty of victuals, and we ain't going to see no evil. What does that mean? Anybody give it a shot?
Like this, sir. Say that one more time.
All right. What we just read, right? Jeremiah told him, you know what I'm saying, like, we should not, we should be serving the Most High. We about to go in captivity under the Babylonians. And our people, specifically our women, started worshiping other gods. You know what I'm saying? Our woman was burning incense to the Queen of Heaven, making themselves a god, because they was doing that because they received a lot of victuals and saw no evil by them worshiping these other gods.
So like that's you saying, and what is that like in today's time?
Nah, break it down. I just need a simple breakdown. That's all. What is that talk?
Oh,
What does that mean?
well, that was just saying like the women not hearkening to their men, like the women doing what they want to do, being independent, being what they call today bad bitches,
Right, but what
doing
is
stuff.
the last part, right? The plenty of victuals. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki,
Oh,
sir.
they get. Oh, they oh, it's like
Con, go ahead.
Just meaning they had plenty of gifts, plenty of gifts, and that things were good, and they didn't see any evil, meaning that the Lord didn't. There was no punishment because they weren't doing bad. They weren't doing. Is that now? So let me see if I understand correctly. Now, what
Mm-hmm.
he's saying is, what is he saying that when the women were doing these things, when they were burning incense, or when they were not?
Right. So this is their response to Jeremiah. So the woman of Israel are saying this to Jeremiah, right?
Oh,
And it said they rather burn the incense, they rather worship the Queen of Heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because in doing that, like you said, you know what I'm saying, which was you was correct on that. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ, you were correct. They got a lot of gifts from it. You know what I'm saying? They made themselves a god because they was living good off of it. They was eating good. They had a good job. They was praised and worshiped. They was always having fun, drinking the best tequila and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They rather make themselves a god or worship rocks and crystals or be a Christian, you know what I'm saying, to serve white leaders. You know why? Because it pays to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's joy and fun in realizing, and wanting to do what you want to do.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you start to live good, when you follow these other gods and make yourself a god. You know what I'm saying? They want to live good and receive all the benefits from oppressor, you know what I'm saying, by worshiping their gods. Right? So you get that part?
Khan said the water.
God, most high in Christ for it. So let's continue on.
Khan, verse 18. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by famine, by
Right.
the famine.
Right. You see it now? You know what I'm saying?
Khan.
Like, since they stopped doing that thing, they stopped worshiping other gods and stopped going to Christian church, it was hard for them. You mean to tell me I have to keep that man in that household? I can't get no Section 8? You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me I can't get no other government assistance if I keep this man in this household? So you know what they did? They kicked that brother out and walked in that Christian church and started following all type of beliefs and zodiac signs so they can live good, man. So they can just live in pleasure and bliss all day, man. Right?
Right.
Let's continue on, Ward.
Khan, so verse 19. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, Did we make her cakes to worship her and poured out drink offerings unto her without our men?
Mm-mm. That,
It's
good.
nice.
That'll sound like black women today.
Independent woman. It's nice.
God, that's
So like
right. Go ahead, priest. Go ahead.
we got all these gifts. We had everything we needed. We drove Benzes. We drove Range Rovers. We drove this. We had that.
Mm-hmm.
We had nice houses. We had gifts galore, jewelry all the time, and we did it without our man. Same nonsense that these sisters say today. What they and the problem is that the worship of themselves, all them gifts that they were giving them to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They were giving them gifts by bringing all those victuals to the so-called Queen of Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It was to themselves, so they were worshiping themselves just like some women do today, and they claim that it is the Most High power.
Damn, right. Get a brother ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, good night.
It's no
Most
different.
High Christ.
God, it's no different, man. Once we realize that this book is simply talking about the day-to-day life that black men and black women go through, we'll realize what we need to do in order to change, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's nothing new under the sun. You got our sisters who want the wealth of this place and want all the glory of this place, and they want to do it without their man. You know what I'm saying? They want to be independent and disregard a black man and disregard a brother just so they can fulfill all their life pleasures. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there's nothing wrong with a goal. There's nothing wrong with an ambition. There's nothing wrong with a drive. You know what I'm saying? But all of that amounts to nothing if you're not utilizing that to better your nation, man. If you're not utilizing that to serve the Most High and doing it with dignity and honor to uplift another black man or uplift another black sister, then it's useless. You got to realize our people, we are in captivity. I don't care how many times the white man make it sound good, make you call you queen, call you all of this stuff, man. We are at the bottom collectively, man. We got to realize the only way we get out this oppression if we start to have compassion and empathy and brotherhood and sisterhood towards each other, right? It is no different at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is great. This is exactly what we going through. It's the BMWs, the Benzes, and all these stuff that the materialism our woman chase, rather chasing womanhood or rather chasing nationhood and love for another black man. They rather chase materialistic things. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been taught that they are gods and queens and they deserve the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't got to work for nothing and all of that stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So let's continue on. No, go ahead, Soda.
So like I said, if I may.
Go ahead. Do your
So this
thing.
scripture right here, this would be the epitome of a woman or sister who calls herself a queen.
Mm-hmm.
This scripture right here, if I'm correct, would that be correct,
right.
sir?
No, you exactly.
That
would
call herself a queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's literally just worshiping herself.
Mm-hmm. God.
Oh man, yeah. I was just like you said, the book. Once we realize that it's day to day, like the scriptures are, nigga, this y'all life long time ago. Like this is the same way y'all was back then, y'all right now. Once we realize that, man, the scriptures is so simple that a babe can understand. That's heavy. That's heavy.
Most High Christ, man. Yeah, it's mind blowing to see. You know what I'm saying? It's still mind blowing till this day when I go back and read certain scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? The answers to all our problems is written right here in this book. You ain't got to go to the oppressor. You ain't got to go to the white man, the Christian church. None of that, man. The black woman got to understand if you want any solution to the problems, all you have to do is learn from the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Your problem is not another black man. Your problem is not the Hispanic man. It's not the Native Indian man. Your problem is the white man. Straight up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Bible teaches you how not to be selfish or not how to join yourself unto our oppressors, man, and to be selfless and to show sisterhood, man. Right? That's exactly what it is. The sisters that love to call themselves queens, man. You know what I'm saying? That man, it's all over. It's a new age now, man, that they trying to push. They got these crystal rocks that they rubbing together. They stand in the sun all day, listen to SZA and all that. You know what I'm saying?
God,
Like, you know, the Erykah Badu type of chick.
God,
You know, it's what's going
God.
on with black women. That feminism spirit. You know what I'm saying? When feminism, that
And Salaki,
movement. Nah, go ahead, priest.
no, Salaki, I don't want you finish, but Salaki.
Now, I get caught, but I was just gonna say real quick, that feminism, you know, comes from the oppressor's daughter, huh? You know what I'm saying? Where it has nothing to do about being equal and all of that stuff, and you know, it's woman rights. This is nothing about that, man. It's about just making yourself a god. That's all it is. You know.
Okay.
Go ahead, priest.
Salaki, if I may, sir. And also, sisters, y'all be aware of the things that y'all dabble in. And I have seen, like literally have witnessed a lot of sisters that were in these fake Israelite groups that were calling themselves queens and all that there. I see a lot of them right now to this day doing the same thing that Osatawa Shab is saying in those crystals, in those tarot card readings, in the zodiacs. They have gone from so-called following the Most High into the things of worshiping themselves.
Damn right.
So be mindful of that, man. Y'all be real careful of the things that y'all involve yourself in, the spirits that y'all allow around y'all, sisters, and all of that. Just be mindful of that, man, because I see a lot of sisters. I mean, a lot of them that I used to see when I was in fake Israelite groups. And they done changed and transformed into these tarot card and stone readers and all of that zodiac. That spirit is real.
Damn right.
So
Damn right, priest. Nah, damn right. Let's finish this scripture real quick.
one concert. Verse 20. Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, to the men and to the women, and to all the people which had given him that answer, saying that Salaki, verse 21. The incense that ye burned in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings and your prince, and the people of the land, did not the Most High remember them, and came it not into his mind, so that the Most High could no longer bear because of the evils of your doings, and because of the abominations which ye have committed. Therefore is your land a desolation and an astonishment and a curse without an inhabitant as at this day.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This is the results of us disobeying the Most High. This is the result of us showing no brotherhood and showing no sisterhood towards each other. Of our sisters no longer taking care of their brothers, you know what I'm saying, or looking out for their brothers. You know what I'm saying? And the brothers no longer taking care of our sisters and looking out for their sisters, man. We lost that union and that love that we had for each other. So in the result of that, we went into captivity. We lost our homeland. Our land became desolate. And to this day, our people, we don't even know our identity. Ask any sister that rub rocks all day and calls herself a queen. Well, what's your nationality? If you a god and a queen, you should know at least where the hell you came from, where you originated at. You don't mean to tell me a god can't tell where the originator of mankind is at, or the original place of every beast on the earth is at. And as a goddess, you should know where you originate from. Well, ask our people that question, and we don't even know our nationality, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more important than you loving another black man, than you loving another sister, or a Hispanic man, or a native Indian man. There's nothing more important than that on this earth. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're going to get out of this captivity. And that's the only way the Lord decided for us for it to work. You know what I'm saying? There's no other way. You can burn all the incense you want. It's not going to make your problems go away. You can listen to all the Erica Badu and the SZA and the you know, whoever they out there listening to. You can listen to all. It's not going to make your problems go away.
Right.
That tarot card reading is not going to give you the solutions that you need. What you really need to understand is to correct your behavior. You got to change yourself and become brand new as a woman. And realize all the things that you do wrong that you need to correct it. And the way that you correct it is love thy brother as thyself.
That's
Love
right.
thy sister as thyself. All right? Let's yeah, you could drop that right there, Warrior. Let me get Isaiah 3:16, Baba Kashar. All right? Our woman, you ain't gotta be selfish in order to get the things that you want in this earth. You want the bracelets, the gold earrings, the nice hair, and being taken care of in a good home. Well, guess what? Build up your nation then. Once you build up your nation, all these things comes with it. But we got to first focus on, all right, Most High Christ. You know what I'm saying? We got to first focus on building up this nation, and everything else will be added onto it. You got it for me, Ward?
So, like you, sir, I got it.
All right, go ahead, Soda.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Most High saith, because thy daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with a stretched forth necks, and wanting eyes.
Let's pause right there real quick. What's haughty? What does that mean?
So, like sir,
Go ahead.
high-minded with pride.
Damn right. Proud as can be. Right? What does it mean when it says stretch forth necks? What is that talking about?
Got a head in the clouds, thinking she all that.
She won't even look to the left, look to the right at a brother that's starving. Her face, her head is straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because she's proud, full of herself. Right? What does wanton eyes mean?
So, like sir,
Mm-hmm.
that's the one that always got an attitude. And always cutting her eyes. She cutting her eyes.
God. Well, what does wonton mean? If somebody can pull up that definition, Baba Kashar.
Oh, God.
If anybody's on the chat, you know what I'm saying, type it in, or, you know what I'm saying, we'll wait till the brothers get it. Right? This is what our daughters and our sisters and our mothers and our wives have become here in America, man. By learning under the Christian church, learning under the philosophies of our oppressor, our women lost their sisterhood and their love for their nation. You know what I'm saying? They became proud with a stretched forth neck. They look down on these brothers, man, that's in the ghetto all day. They look down on these cats with braids in their hair, the hip hop music and the, their hands. They look down on them. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, that is your brother. Somebody has to see the value in him in order to build him up. You got to be willing to see. You got that for me, Warrior?
Kind of the one con, sir.
1 second. You got to be real quick. Salaki, my bad, real quick, Warrior. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to see the value in that brother and be willing to do what it takes to raise him up and to strive and to sacrifice to really prove that you love him in order to fix him. If you just sitting back in that church with that big old hat and criticizing him all day, he'll never get right. If you look down on him all day and blame him for all the problems in the community, how could you expect him to change himself, man? Well, guess what? You are no different from that, brother. You are just as bad as him if you're sitting in that Christian church. If you're proud and think you all that and worship yourself, the Most High despises that, man. Salaki, word, my fault. Word. You can go ahead.
No sweat, other one. The definition of wanton from the Merriam-Webster dictionary: merciless,
Mm,
inhumane,
mm,
having no just foundation or provocation,
mm.
being without check or limitation, such as
Good night.
unduly. They got a lot of them, sir.
Right. Now that's good. I think we get the point. What you think? Unless you want to get
Right.
some more, but right. I think we got it. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what our sisters have become. You know what I'm saying? They look at a brother with cruelty and hatred. They look at a sister as competition. You know what I'm saying? Instead of joining with that sister. You know what I'm saying? Well, sisterhood is needed just as much as brotherhood is needed. Right? Let's continue our work.
Walking and maxing as they go, and
Mm-hmm.
making a tinkling with their feet.
Right. What is that talking about? Who want to give it a shot?
Like you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Manson like uh making noise, like 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 you know like probably like making noise with their feet when they walk.
You ever seen a bitch in high heels? You know
Right, like they we see them every Friday.
Damn right. Yeah. Listen, that's all you see. They concerned about those red bottom shoes, paying $500 just so you can paint red on the bottom of your shoes. You can't even see it unless you lift your feet up. You know what I'm saying? But they put that over a black man. They put that over building up their nation. Now, there's nothing wrong with having nice things. You know what I'm saying? As a brother, I want nice things. You know what I'm saying? I see the value of certain things. Well, guess what? It should not consume you as a person so much so that you start to hate your own race, man. That you start to lose your dignity and your moralities over it. And this is what our people have become, right? Let's continue on. Unless you want to say anything else, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, it's the wild, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Therefore, the Most High will smite with a scab the crown of thy head of the daughters of Zion,
Mm.
and the Most High will discover their secret parts.
Now I heard some Moab Tequila Tequila trying to break this down. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all see that video around the internet. Some Chinese woman trying to break this down. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gonna give you the proper understanding of what this talking about. The only part that she had correct about this verse is that this is only talking about Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women. You know
That's
why?
right.
Because they are the chosen people of the Most High. They are the daughters of Zion. You know what I'm saying? The white woman does not deal with this problem. The African, the East Indian woman, the Arab woman does not deal with this problem, but only our woman deal with this problem. And what is this problem that it's talking about? Somebody break this down.
Slaki, sir.
Go ahead,
Slaki.
please.
It's talking about the reason these sisters wearing lace fronts and wigs because they bald headed.
Mm.
They ain't gonna have no hair.
Yeah.
He gonna instead of like it said instead of long hair, you ain't gonna have no hair.
Mm-hmm. Come.
And the scab of your head, like you see some sister walk around and they ain't got no edges.
Mm.
Like they got a temp fade all around their head.
Come. You know what I'm saying? Come. It's
Like,
sad to see, man. Go ahead, Warrior. Go ahead. I was scoring.
I was just saying Salaki for the laugh, sir. Salaki.
Nah, you good. Shit, yeah, nothing wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? But calm. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely sad to see our people in this state, man. You know I'm saying? I love to see my sisters with their natural hair. They the afro going, you know what I'm saying, flowing out their head, all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing to see. You know what I'm saying, but once we start to disobey our power and try to align ourselves with the oppressor and try to make yourself a god, there's a repercussion behind it. And this is the result of our women being disobedient unto the Most High by turning their back on their brothers and sisters, man. The same way we as men have been punished as a nation, well, guess what? Our sisters are being punished as a nation as well, too, man. And listen, if you want to change things, listen, you build up a nation, get enough black women to build or to make a damn hair product for your hair to grow. If you're concerned with your own nation, you can get certain necessary things that can nurture or moisturize their hair. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can get a whole black woman to come up with a product or a brother to come up with a product. Everything falls down to sisterhood and brotherhood, to nation building. That's the only way we can help our condition that we're going through right now. Everything comes down to that. Once you forget the importance of loving your brother and loving your sisters as yourself, you will start to see the judgment behind it from the Most High. You know what I'm
And
saying?
Salakia, sir,
Go ahead, priest.
if I may. Just as a shameless plug, there are plenty of sisters in the ISUPK that make excellent hair products, shampoos, shea butters, conditioners, kits. I think this sister, Officer Malak Rib, what's the sister name? Mariam, Sister Mariam. She make some excellent shampoos, conditioners, oils and stuff for your hairs. It's a lot of sisters, a number of sisters that make hair oil. Captain Cesariak got a new line, shameless plug for Cap. TLC, Cesariak and Lily's Creation. He got a new hair oils and hair butters. So man, look, just like Adawan said, it's about nation building, brotherhood and sisterhood. And here in the ISUPK, we thrive on that.
Damn right, priest. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's what it's all about. When you build a nation, man, you get all the products, all the basic necessities that you need in life. You know what I'm saying? From your own people. You'll get all of that because you bring all the skills that our oppressors is taking advantage of. You know what I'm saying? All the talent that our people have that our oppressors is taking advantage of. And you can centralize it only focusing on your own people instead of getting raped and robbed by our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? But you have to see the value in another black man and a black woman, Hispanic man and a Native Indian man and a Native Indian woman in order to do so. You know what I'm saying? You have to see the value in that, right? So, damn right, worth the water for the plugs, you know what I'm saying? Big up to ICPK sisters, right? Let's continue on with the verse.
Come on, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear you, John.
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
In that day, the Most High will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon.
All right, that's how you know this is only talking about black women. You know what I'm saying? Our sisters got them big old earrings, 100 bracelets on their arm. You know what I'm saying? That thing jingling, shaking, you can hear it from across the street, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our culture. This is what our woman took value in that. And listen, like I said, there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be pretty and beautifying herself. You know what I'm saying? But that should not be more important than your own people, right? Than your own dignity and your morality, right? Let's continue on.
Verse 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs.
God, that's another.
And the head.
If I may, that's another point right there to show that it's
Oh,
talking about
God.
black women. You know what I'm saying? Don't let what's that? Monique hear about this. You know what I'm saying? Well, neat, what happened? All your sisters wearing your bonnets, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? It's always been in us to be like this because this is our spirit. This book, it reveals who the children of Israel is. It's just talking about you, black woman, Hispanic woman, Native Indian woman. Read on.
So long as, sir, if I may before you read,
Nah, go ahead, priest. You got it.
if you don't know that they're talking about black sisters, the key word in there is those bonnets. Man, our sister is the only sisters, period, right now that wearing these bonnets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. It's obvious today that this is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American sisters.
Right.
Period.
Damn right. Damn right, boy. Straight up. Let's continue on. Our trooper will come. Put the definition of call, which is a headdress or hairnet, right? Which is our sisters just talking about black women, you know what I'm saying? Hispanic women and Native Indian women. You know what I'm saying? Our spirit still carries on this earth, man. We are the same people back then. We're the same chosen people till this day, right? For that, Trooper Khan. Continue on.
Gunner and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantlets and the wimples,
Wimples.
the wimples
Wimples.
and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smells, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well set hair, baldness.
Right. This is the repercussions of you living like a child on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking everything is about pleasure and about what you want. You know what I'm saying? There is a repercussion behind having multiple partners, man. Having lewd sex, sleeping from one brother to a next brother to the next brother, just because you think you're independent and a queen and you're expressing woman empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Once you go in that clinic, there's gonna be a smell behind being a thought, man. Because there's always repercussions with your actions. Right. And there is no sisterhood in being a whore. There is no love in doing that, man. You're not only destroying yourself, but you're also destroying this nation by being a whore. You're teaching our young daughters not to value their own selves and their own bodies. You having brothers killing each other because you think it's fun to hop from one nigga to the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that cat King Von. I think that was over abroad, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? It goes on in our neighborhoods where these cats just shoot each other and destroy each other because you want to just live your best life. Where there's every action, there's always going to be a reaction. And we reading about that right now. Right, let's continue on with it.
Come. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Thy man shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground.
All right, man, we hate to see it, man. This is why we fight in the IQBK to build our people up. All right, and this is how it's gonna be built up. You want all those things back, sister? You want the gold, the rings, the chains, and the honor and the dignity and morality? This is how it's gonna be done. All right, let's get 4 and 1. He was waiting for
Most High Christ. Hey, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women.
How many?
7.
7 women. Now, let's keep that in mind, right? Read on.
shall take hold of one man.
So what's the ratio?
7 to 1.
7 to 1. You know what I'm saying? You have 7 women that's going to take on hold onto one man. It's always been our culture. That monogamy is not something that we made practice by law. You know what I'm saying? A man don't have to get more than one wife, but if he chooses to do so, he could. And it's not against the law to do so, man. You know what I'm saying? And you sisters have to put your pride aside. You have to realize that that black man is very useful, not only to yourself, but also to another sister. You know what I'm saying? A sister also need all that strength and leadership from that black man as well. And that could be done without you being jealous and envious of that sister, man. And guess what? You'll build up your nation where you can receive all the blessings behind it, man. All right? Let's continue on. 7 to 1, right?
Kana concert, saying, we shall eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
The way that you're going to get all those things back and get your dignity back and your morality back is you by being subjected unto a black man, by you being obedient to a Hispanic man. You know what I'm saying? By you honoring a Native Indian man, by you following the order that the Most High set up to making that man your head. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You'll get your reproach removed off of you. You'll get the shame up off of you. You know what I'm saying? The hurt and the trauma, a brother can fix that for you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be willing to submit to that brother, to that one brother. You know what I'm saying? All right, so for time's sake, I'm going to get one more. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 26 and 13. All right, go ahead, Soda.
The book of Ecclesiastes, excuse me, Salaki. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 13. The grace of a wife delighted her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Her discretion will fatten his bones.
All right, that's what a righteous and a woman that exercise sisterhood would do for her husband, would do for a black man. You know what I'm saying? It will make him better by you obeying him and obeying the Most High. By you being meek and being silent and not being masculine. You will build that brother up, right? Read all.
Khan. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
Man, that is a gift from the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? And it could be done. You know what I'm saying? They try to teach women that it's natural to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? And here we are taught to be supernatural. You know what I'm saying? We're not, following our flesh. We're following the spirit of the Most High, man. And guess what? You know what real woman empowerment is a well-mannered woman. A woman with her mind on her head on her shoulder, man.
Right.
With a focused mind. You know what I'm saying? And they love to push woman empowerment. Will teach a woman how to be focused, how to get her head right, man. Instead of always being a child in pleasure. It could be done. You don't tell me that there's not a smart sister out there that know how to utilize her skills and her brain power to get things done, to show love and to show sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? You black women ain't dumb. The fact is you're living for pleasure. If you want to empower yourself to be better. Right? Read on.
Khan. There is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Right, man. That is beautiful to see. You know what I'm saying? A sister that got her mind right. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that sounds like woman empowerment, right? You want to be included, you want to be involved, you want to feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Take pride in knowing that you have a well-disciplined, well-mannered mind, and you are silent and loving. Take pride in that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to feel accomplished in life, feel accomplished with knowing that you are a great sister to another black man, that you are a great sister to another black woman, Hispanic woman, or Native Indian woman, right? And that's the only way we're gonna build a nation up. All right. So if y'all brothers want to add anything?
La, sir.
The water, Akia. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end the class. The water, everybody coming through. Captain Shawar will be back on tomorrow, all right? That Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shokta, Yahweh Shem Allah Shem Yahweh Shah.